All right, everyone. It is 10:33 a.m. Eastern Time, June 23rd, 2025. I posted a couple of videos earlier. Um, so, uh, guys have time, watch them. I'm going to try to make these videos smaller. I just pack a lot of information into each one of them. And, if I don't take a trade, obviously I won't. That I do post, there's trades. For those of you who are first-time viewers, I appreciate it. If you like the kind of content that I post, please review the content that I have. I have over 100 videos. Each one is unique in its own way. Analyze what I'm seeing in the market. Hopefully people can pick up on what I'm looking at. Traded since 2008. Orderflow probably 2012. I pretty much got really serious with Orderflow. Also level 2, time and sales, and the depth of market, scalping. But I found that just instead of looking at what may occur, especially with dome reading, you got a bunch of delta in here. I'm still concentrating on the order flow here. Got a lot of, you have a divergence in delta, making a couple of lower highs. Lower lows are pretty stable. Buying imbalances. So anyway, yeah. So each one of these videos, they're unique in its own way. You could probably pick up bits and pieces from them, but I do appreciate the support. We just started this channel about a month ago, and starting to pick up some steam. The goal is to get monetized, so I'm going to put it out there right away. All it takes is a little on your part to subscribe. Start watching some of the videos if you find it useful. Watch some videos, a few minutes at least of each video so I can get some watch time in. Also, I'll never PM you or DM you for money, for compensation for what I'm doing. Trading has been good to me. I don't feel that traders need to pay for information, maybe a book or something. Free content on YouTube. Just find the traders that you can relate to and start following them and subscribing and adding likes. All right, so we're coming up to this. We got a couple of selling imbalances, and we're coming up to the support area, and we're also coming up to the 9 EMA, which is this yellow line. We take a look to the right. We do have a profile build, and we are in where the point of control is. And the point of control of each 5-minute candle, which we're trading here, is the yellow in each. All right. Let's take a look at some candles as well. Indecision candle. Actually, let's put some of my trades on that I've done already today. Trade. There's a trade. Trade. So I'm up for the day. Like I said, I did record a couple of other trades. So basically, what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking out for bigger numbers in the candle that's printing, and then I'm trying to combine them with the numbers that were here to kind of give me an idea of where buyers and sellers, like right here, this point of control. Obviously, you got a bunch of buying and selling here. All right, so it's primarily selling below the point of control. So then we take a look at, all right, where would a logical support line be? It would probably be right about here, about 46.75. That's probably a logical support area. We're going to jump below that. You had a bunch of buyers already in here prior. You know, sellers came down, then buyers came back up. This auction here is unfinished, meaning this could serve as another bounce area, or we could go completely through. All right. We take a look at the negative delta here where they sold, but it came back up again. So we want to take a look at this number, 46.25. Right here, the momentum is starting to slow down, right? So we want to particularly look at that. When it slows down, it could be accumulating, which went from 43 to 53 right here. See where the big number is here? To negative 53, all right? We just actually got lower here. We just went higher. We're lower again. So we got buyers coming in right now. So I'm looking if once we pass the point of control where we had a lot of sellers, we have some more buyers coming in. Buying is on this side of the profile. This is where the big buyers came in. Point of control just raised up. Some more buyers unable to get above it. We could definitely pass through this pretty quick. So this is the area between 49.50 and 4900. So let's get above that area because I'm actually bullish. Just filled this gap. So we're probably, this gap right here. So we're probably going to go up a little higher. We still have the support. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little chance here. I really would like to see it push down a little bit, though. We're at 48, we're at 49. Sellers are getting trapped here. Some more, buyers are getting trapped. Sellers just came in. So I'm going to go long right here. We're getting a good push of delta. We're right above the POC, so I may see a little bit. See the way we came down really fast there? You got to be particularly careful when you see a bunch of all this negative delta in here. Even though we had a couple of buyers and we had a pretty decent candle here with 17,000 volume. That's a big candle, you know? But then all this buying make this less relevant. All right? So right now, we're slowing in the momentum, and I need momentum and I need volume to trade, okay? But there can be a push-up. We do have a negative, but we do have a buying imbalance here, all right? So we may see some resistance around this area where most of the negative delta, because of the point of controls are here, with negative, all right? And we have a negative here. So I'm putting my entry up above this mess. And I'm not looking for huge profits. I'm a scalper. So I'm looking at, can I make 2 points? So you see all this consolidation? We're taking a look at delta building and not. So we can take a look below here. Here's the delta, or right here is the delta. So negative is becoming less positive. That means sellers are coming in, and they're being more aggressive toward the bottom here. Now, that could be a fake out, okay? We've seen where big money could come in and just push the market up a point or two, or push the market down a point or two. Do they want more selling? Do they want to make sure all the sellers are out before they push it back up? That's what I'm looking. That's my thesis here. So I'm still in a good area where if I do see a massive amount of buying coming in and the sellers are already gone, then, I'd be looking to maybe adjust my entry. Right here is here's an imbalance, a unfinished auction, right here. And you have a selling imbalance. So we could also drop below here. So I don't want to be going long. I want to give this time to marinate. I call it marinate, just sit back and settle. We're right by the 9 EMA. Retail traders love to trade there. Okay? And trust me. So they think they got all the sellers out right now. We got a buying imbalance. Somebody just came in and bought right at the POC, and that's the first positive delta candle that we've had in the last few candles. All right? Test the waters a little bit. We may make one more push down, and that's okay. I'll get right back in. No FOMO. I'm out on that one. See if they continue to push down. I'm going to go right here, right under the point of control here. I'm going to go long again. I'm in. Looks like we're going to go ahead and make a push up. We need a bigger push than that. So my assumption is long. We still got positive delta here. We got a bunch of buyers up in here. We got some selling pressure here. It's okay. I want to see buying and selling. That's the only way that my strategy works. That's my edge. That was pretty positive. We got positive delta. This looks big right now. Looks pretty good. Looking good. Up to about here. Stop moving out, stop up. Looking good. I'm okay to stop out there. That's decent. So we just turned that loss into a profit. We got 4 points, 4.25 points on that one. The loss we took was 2.5 points. So I'll take those all day long. No FOMO. Continue to go back in and, make your trade. We have 12 minutes, 59 seconds, 13 minutes on this video. I'll go to 15 minutes if there's another trade. There is another trade. All right, so point of controls are moving up. We still have a selling imbalance here. I mean, a unfinished business here. So we may come back down to 47 around here. We need to come below about 46.75. So let's see if we do that. If not, I'll shut the video off here. And I got a couple of errands to do. But I'll come back for the end of the day. Beautiful thing about trading is you don't have to be in the markets all day long. Beautiful thing about scalping is you can find scalps anytime. As long as there's volume and momentum, at least the way I trade. The more videos you watch of the way I trade, you're going to be able to pick it up. I got over 100 videos. And you'll be able to pick it up. It's going to take time. I'm not going to say you're going to pick it up in 2 videos. You're not. I've been trading since 2008. I've been scalping probably since about 2012. All right, so right now you see the movement, and we are getting certain amounts of big numbers here. Let's take a look at your small numbers. Small number is 0. Your big number is about 369 around here. Down, came back up, came back down, came back up. And we got some sellers right now coming in, but a lot of positive delta up here. Let's see if we could close this. All right, this is looking good. We need to see a 0 at this number right here. right there. You see what's happening with the zeros? That's good. Sellers are getting, all right. So basically what's happening now, the analysis is right. All right. Now, is there a trade? We just formed an analysis. Is there a trade here? Okay. That's what I want to look at. We need to close this candle here, 1.25 minutes, and now it's about 15 minutes here. But let's see if we close below 48. And if we do, and we have a pretty much a support right here at 45.50, which is right here. We do have a finished auction here, all right? And finished auction here. And I could make a video on that. You could research what finished auctions mean. There's order flow. So you got a little belly here, right? So they're finding a little value around here. Do we have one here? No. So they're building a little value below. Going to do a little retrace here. Maybe we're going to pop back up here. Maybe this is going to be just a bull flag. If you're into price action trading, this could be a bull flag. We'll see. Well, we got to open our minds to different things. Things happen all the time. Markets move, right? You don't want to catch a falling knife. You don't want to go, it may come down a little bit. Our next phase would be like right about here at 41.50 or somewhere around here at 45. Which one is it? All right, we got buying coming back in now, right? We got positive delta. We're looking good. We have some decent volume. Maybe now we're going negative delta. All right, the POC is below. Do we go below here? We finished the auction. That was great. We finished an auction here. Do we make the move up? Okay, we got positive delta, a nice push. I know over here I got a bunch of selling imbalances. I got to be aware of that. All right. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. If you comment, I'll get back to you. If you subscribe, great to be on board. I have a lot more videos and a lot more ideas for the channel. I want to keep it free. I don't believe anybody should pay for content. If YouTube wants to monetize me, hey, they have billions of dollars. They could afford to make a couple of pennies on each one of these videos. You guys to subscribe though, so go ahead and subscribe if you like this kind of content. All right, so you see over here inside this area, let's just do concentrate from this high of this candle where we were bullish. Come on, there you go. Right about here. Let's just concentrate here for a second. Here's what a price action is. I'm not looking for a home run. If it happens, it happens. Building in value right inside this area. That's what I'm looking for. Looking to the right. See the 6,000s? They're coming back down here. Do we get to 6,000? Do we get to 5,200? All right. Do we get to, what are we getting here? Well, this is building a little bit, but what is it? Is it coming down? See, we're getting buying coming in. All right, we got a little bit of buying that came right in here. All right, we're below here. Where's our next run? Our next run could be right about here and then come back up. We got a little imbalance here as well. There's an imbalance right here. There's a gap, a gap. I think we're going to fill that gap. We're not going any lower, but we don't have the volume enough to sustain a move. All right. Very small amounts. So they're accumulating in here. Let's take a look at the numbers. See how much they're accumulating. 47. When I look at numbers, I don't look at it to the number. I say 5,100, 4,700, 5,600 here. So you got a bunch of selling imbalances. Auction is completed. A huge delta number right here. Huge delta numbers here. Can we hold it? You know, I don't want to put a buy order up here if there's a potential to make the point or two here. So we're looking. We're looking like right in this area now. Went from 6 to 13 to 128 to, all right, so this dropped. You see this here dropping? This delta number is dropping. We only came down to here. It's dropping, but we're showing a little bit of support right at the POC here. You see this? Very important. Got to look at this stuff. Is there a trade? Is there a trade right now? You got to see, is there a trade right now? And you got to act. You got to act. Is there a trade? No, not for me. Right back down to this level, significant, 47.75. Let's keep that in mind, 47.75. They're not really attacking here. 75. Punch, punch. You're just jabbing it, jab, jab. We have divergence. Couple of buying imbalances. From positive to negative right here with all these buyers coming in. See all those buyers? So I'm looking here. So more buyers are coming in, yet sellers are dominating. Okay? So what does that tell you? All right, remember what we said about here, these numbers here. Do we come back down to these big delta numbers? If not, I'm gonna look to go long. And I am gonna look to go long. 109 sellers not able to get any lower. Okay? 137, 200 buyers here. $87.26. I don't look at this number here, this 100, the numbers, the negative 100s. I look at the tens, okay? Because the less numbers you have to remember, the better. All right, so we have some sellers here not able to get below. I'm going to go long right here. This could do whatever it needs to do. I'm not in the trade. Remember, there's a gap right here now. There's a gap here. And a gap above that here. So I'm looking to fill those gaps because all gaps fill eventually. All right, so we got to have a little patience here. All right, patience pays. We don't need this anymore. Now, if I don't feel that I'm right in my analysis, then I take the trade off the line. Still building some negative. It became less negative here. Became more negative. Let's see if this goes down below. See if we could go down a little bit more. We're not. So we're getting all this negative delta, but we're not able to really pull numbers. A tick or two, yeah. You know? And we do have some volume up in this area. Very aggressive selling here, but then once we're here, it goes away. This is what I want to see. I want to see two-way trading. I want to see buying and selling. Even on bullish, I want to see, some selling. Right? Because eventually those sellers get trapped and they're going to have to buy. Right? We're looking for that too. So I look at all these numbers. I look at the big delta numbers. These are all short. These are shorts right here. All this. The higher up they go, the more pain they feel. When they feel pain, guess what they're going to do? They're going to get out. And when they get out, they got to buy. So if you're on that side, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for traps. I call it traps. I think everybody calls it a trap anyway. The sellers who are down here are feeling pain. Suppose you had 10 contracts here. It's painful. It can be painful. Building a lot of volume up in here. For all that negative delta. Almost 500. Is there a big buyer here preventing it? Bunch of sellers here. I'm waiting for one of these things to give up. More selling. Buyers came in, sellers came out. This is looking like an opportunity to go long, actually. Right? Here. Taking a chance. It's going to be short. I like this. I like the price action. We're very, very positive delta here. Yeah, I know we had a bunch of lots of sellers here. Tons. We're still looking good. Very small amounts of volume here. Maybe we'll build this pocket up. It's all good. Marinate a little bit. We got some buyers and sellers. This is looking great. You see 22? This is the same amount. Now we got to see if we get a push of buyers. We got to push of buyers. We're going to make some coin here. Take it. And that was 2 points. All right, guys, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Let's build a community. Let's see, I let a little bit off the table. Okay. This thing could shoot up 20 points, so I couldn't care less now. I'm not in a trade. I could let the mind kind of, just come down a little bit and then continue rest. And continue and get into the next trade. Serious business. Anyway, thanks again for watching. If you watched this to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Hopefully you're getting some value out of this. If you want me to cover something, give me a like and comment. Subscribe. Also, this is Quantower is the platform. I get a lot of that question. It's Quantower. And I think it's a pretty decent platform for what I need it for. All right, so that's about it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.